Welcome to the Dream Warrior channel.
Good morning here, YouTube people. What is going on with you all today? It's about 8:40, I guess, somewhere around in there. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. No rain. Yesterday it was raining, and so was the day before when I got up and ready to come out here, and it didn't work out for me. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about the gift. Now, I did this over on my Danny the Demon Slayer channel, but I'm going to go into it a little more in depth. Ever since I was born, I was the gift. And that was a gift unto me as well. But my mom, she had 2 miscarriages and a baby that died. My older sister, Diane, she died with a hole in her heart. And my mom was in a lot of sorrow and pain and grief over those happenings. And she prayed to my Father God to have a happy, healthy baby. And guess what? I came along, okay? My mom said I was the best baby. She could sit me in the middle of a room and give me a toy, one single toy. And I would play with that all day long and would not give her any kind of nothing. I wouldn't cry and, do all the things that a baby does. I wouldn't go crawling around on the floor and put my fingers in the wall sockets and everything else. I didn't do any of that. I was a super great baby. And it continued all through my adolescent years. I had that one mishap there where I punched that boy in the face in school. And she was informed of that. I punched him twice in the face. It was because and I told this on my other video, he kept hitting me with this pencil and it was hurting, and I told him to stop I don't know how many times. So finally I lashed back at him. But all in all, I was really a great person, she said. And both of my parents said that the person in my life that deserves me is somebody that is really, really good, because I was a really good person towards other people. And I always thought that was going to happen for me. And up until this point in time, it hasn't really come to fruition yet. Next month is my birthday. I'll be 57 years old. Woohoo! And it's been an uphill climb. But then as I look back on it, because my Father God has given me quite a bit of free time, that I could just sit and think about all of this and contemplate it for a minute. And I told this story also on Danny the Demon Slayer, right here on YouTube, that there was an instance, and I'm not going to tell the whole story again, but it was a Easter Sunday, and my 2 sisters, my ex-brother-in-law, my niece, and my mom and dad were all sitting down to Easter dinner. And there were a couple of things said that probably shouldn't have been said, and I'm not taking anything out of context or anything. My sisters knew that was wrong to do, and they already settled that with my mom. And, I don't have a problem with that either. Anyways, to make a long story short, there were a bunch of feelings that were hurt during that time. And my mom had called me and told me, and this was the best compliment that I've ever gotten from my mother, is that if I'd have been there, all of that wouldn't happen. And there you have it. That is exactly what I'm saying. I am, and I was, the gift ever since I was born. I am the gift. And that's why a lot of harsh, bad, whatever you want to call it, people come into my life, because I can turn that all upside down. It's like a frown being turned upside down. I can help them make their life happy, more happy than they've ever been. But if it's a negative person that comes into my life, they might get a totally different experience from that. And then listen, I'm only talking about people that I've actually had human contact with, like they've been in my realm, you know, not people that I might have spoke to over the internet, video chat, whatever. Not those people, but people that actually have been in my presence. I've always been the gift. Um, a lot of people change their lives around for the better, and I'm happy for that. I know I'm an empath, so that even helps more in my own thinkings than anything else, because I've always wanted to help people. And it always seemed like in the past it was like in a financial type of way, but I could help people in many different ways, mostly with their emotional problems. Because I am a healer, I can heal the emotional wounds that you might even have carried since you're a child. I had to do this on my own. And a lot of people, they feel like they know me and they don't know me from Adam's horse cat, okay? They just act like they know me better than I know myself, or my father knows me. And that's really ludicrous, but there are people out here that actually feel that way, like they know you better than you know yourself, and blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. Anyways, so I liken to this in the Bible as Genesis 21. Now, in Genesis 21, Abraham, who is like 100 years old, and Sarah, who is 90, his wife, they wanted a child, and all the way up until Sarah turns 90, they couldn't have children. Then all of a sudden, poof, God gifted Abraham and Sarah with Isaac. And lo and behold, he became the gift. Now, he was exactly like I am in this modern day time, okay? He impacted many people's lives. He actually had two sons, and Jacob became Israel. So that's as far as I need to go with that one. So anyways, I just wanted to come out here and talk about that. Literally 8,000 of me, counting me, exists upon this planet right now. But the idea of you meeting another person like me is very unlikely. It's very unlikely. Who could think back and say that within their lifetime they met? I'm talking about meet, not seen them, but met a million people in their life. I don't know of any actually. And, there might be some movie stars or uh, sports stars or people famous, they might have met a million people. But the regular everyday Joe and that, no. In any case, I just wanted to say that uh, it's a pretty nice story, and um, whoever's watching this, I know my sister mentioned that her husband was watching my videos before. If you are watching, Kevin, I'm not putting myself above anybody. I am not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I don't put myself up on a pedestal or anything like that. I do wrong. And even Jesus Christ himself said, you cannot preach in the town that you come from or to your family because they know you as the person that they know you as. And anybody and everybody can change their lives. And I know mine has changed drastically within this last, I don't know, 8 months or so. And even more so within the last 2 months. So, and I've gone through an absolute transformation. I'm totally different than I used to be. And I'm very thankful to my Father in the third heaven for this transformation. If you're listening to this, Mom, I think the better thing to do is just look and see if I've changed. Don't make comments about my past because everybody and anybody has the ability to change. And if you see that I've changed, then you can mention it. But don't mention my past like uh, it almost gives me the feeling that you think that I could never change, that I'll just be the way that I am until I pass away from this earth. And it's not a very good feeling, and it's not something that I like to think upon. I don't like to think upon my past. I like to think upon the now and my future to come. But I want you all to know that I love you. Love my Father God. Love yourself. And by all means, love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and soul.